My life be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. This is Mount Rushmore. And we got your host, of course, the bad guy himself, Kenny. And we're going to do something a little different with this one. It's around that time. It's around that Halloween time. When Halloween time to get a little spooky. It's getting a little spooky, baby. Now, for this one, we are doing worst horror movie cliches. So these are things that happen in horror movies that I'm just sick and tired of them doing. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it all. All right. Shout out to Saul. Now, I'm going to do honorable mentions because there are quite a few things in horror movies that I can't stand. So the first one, because like I said, I'm a movie head. So like I said, I'm gonna break down some stuff that they do in horror movies that I'm like, why do y'all do that? Why? Why do you do that? The first one, dumb parents. It's like it's one thing to be like, oh, you crazy kid. Like, come on now. Like, it's at the point where it's like it's almost comical. They'd be like, Dad, someone's trying to kill me. Oh, you guys really are funny. It's like, bro, if you don't if you don't care about your kid, like it makes no sense. Like they'll be like, Dad, like we went to this and they tell you that I was in this random person's house and I was in there like, playing a prank, and then the owner came out and he's been trying to slice and dice me ever since then. He's been stalking me. You don't call the police. You don't do none of that. They don't call the police until it's the final moment of the movie where the cops like, "Hey, where's the guy at?" And then they die. That's the only time that's when the only time the police is involved. That's the only time the police do anything for real, for real. And then yeah, pissing me off. Next, I don't mention. Let's split up. Why? Why? If we're looking for Katie, why are we splitting up into three groups? Let's all go together because her being by herself got her to the point where she's kidnapped or she's gone. We don't know what's going on with her. Why us all not go together? If it's one person, it's one crazy person out there stabbing people, doing whatever it is. If there's 9 of us and we're looking for Katie, why don't we all go together so if the crazy guy jumps out, we can jump him, if anything. And then we can be like, hey, where'd you put Katie? And then we can beat him down, take his mask off, find out who it was, and be like, oh, snap, we found Katie. No, it's always let's split up. Because now it's even if the killer is one of us, we'll never know because the person come back like, oh my gosh, Jeremy's gone now. Jeremy's gone. Look, we're looking for Katie. Yeah, but Jeremy's gone too. And then we go looking for Jeremy. Now Jeremy's strung up like this. We don't know who did it, but it was the person that did the whole time. But we ain't gonna do that because we all gonna stick together if you with me. The thing is, like I said, if I was in a situation where I was in a horror movie situation, I wouldn't even be there. First off, hey, let's go in this abandoned house. No, y'all go ahead. No, I bet not. I bet I won't. The next honorable mention: the jock that randomly hangs with them, and he's not cool with them. He's just a guy. He's just a jerk. He's like, come on, Michael, stop. And he's like, shut up, bitch. And he's like, he's just corny. He's got the girlfriend that, like, oh my gosh. It's just all that. It's annoying. Like, that's not, people don't do that. That's not real. It drives me crazy, but they do certain things. I'm like, what? The next one, I call this the warning. Listen to that crazy nigga. Listen to him. If I'm going to a place I've never been to and this nigga's like, don't come in here, he's all crazy, bet. Bet. You got it. I'm not stopping for nothing. I told my nigga that before. I said, look, we are in a scary looking town. Don't stop for nothing. I don't care. Don't stop for nothing. The only thing we stop for is red lights. Won't stop for nothing. Yeah. Um, Ridiculous. Listen to the crazy nigga. Now let's get into the actual show, the top four, my actual top four. The first one, it must have been the wind. A door will slam and all kind of just, oh my goodness, what is that? And I mean just slam. Oh, oh, it must have been the wind. What? What do you mean? What do you mean it must have been the wind? You hear a slam from upstairs and you're downstairs. Something gets slammed down. It must have been the wind. What do you mean it must have been the wind? There's been no wind outside. It's not raining nor windy. It's hot. It's like, no, it's nighttime. No wind. No wind, no rain, but it's wind. But it must have been the wind. No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. We're not doing that. Mm-mm. Next one, guns. Just guns in general. Guns. The guns. How guns work in the horror movie world are awful. It's either they shoot, as this person shooting at the villain, they miss every shot. They miss every shot. Or if they're like undead and they can't die, every shot hits and he doesn't die. Like I said, it's weird. It's weird. And then for some reason, when they're fighting, the gun when they're fighting, the gun gets knocked out and it goes flying, and they can't get like the gun always falls. People always get distracted. What? And then they get dropped. Like it's always goofy stuff that happens when guns are involved every time, so they can keep the movie going. And another thing too, if you have a gun, you got the killer down. God, just like in I think it was Scream 2. Either Scream 2 or 3, they shot the girl in the head, like, pow, shot the killer in the head, like, nah, we ain't dealing with you no more. Like, make sure that they always get up, pow. That's what I do. As soon as I got the killer down, hey, that's my thing too. When they do these movies, take the mask off. You got him down. Don't knock the killer down and then sit down like, we got him. We got him. We, where'd he go? Like, no. I'm like, here's my thing. I'm not the killer down. I'm taking off the mask, taking the weapon. If I gotta sit there and not kill him, not gonna kill him down, hit the weapon. Oh, bet it's Brett. Brett was killed the whole time. Now I don't look for Brett. Ain't gonna be no more movie for me. That movie gonna be over quickly. Um, the next one, medicine cabinet scene. They do it one of two ways. They do it like this every time. The medicine cabinet scene is when you get the person and they're at their most vulnerable. Things have gone wrong in their life. Best friend may have died. They're wondering, oh my gosh, this person's killing people. What do I do? And they look at themselves they look at splash some water, look at themselves in the medicine cabinet, in the mirror medicine cabinet. Then they open it up and they close it back up. But who's behind them? Killer. And it's a quick little random jump scene, or it's their friend to give you the jump scare, random jump scare. Oh, sorry, I thought you were someone else. I was scared. Or it's slams it normal, then they turn around and oh my gosh, like it's that. It's one of those three every single time. You see that medicine cabinet, you know what's coming. They need to stop it. And last one, it's been a minute since I've seen this. I think they've kind of stopped doing this because they've realized how goofy it was. But when I went back and watched Friday the 13th, the first one, I need to count how many times this girl fell. She was running, she was in the woods and she was running from what we thought was Jason Voorhees, but it was the mom in this one. She tripped a good 6, 7 times. She ran. I'm like, nobody's that clumsy, bro. Like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But yeah, so if you got any top 4 of things you can't stand in horror movies, go ahead, leave a comment underneath. And if you got something, like if you like the episode, leave a like. If you're just now coming across this page and you like what you heard, or you want to, want to see more, go go ahead, leave a subscription. Ring that bell. But we're gonna end it right here. Bad guy out.